Hi everyone, welcome to WYC channel. My name is Rifad. So before I begin this week's video, I just want to kind of shout out a message, and I just want to hope and I just want to wish that I hope you guys the best of health. Hope that everything is okay at your household, that there's no any issues or any health issues, and stay safe and stay prudent. And I hope it gets better, and I think it's gonna get better, and I hope so too. I really hope it's gonna become better in the coming months. And in terms of your job and your health, it's important, but the main thing is your health, because the health, everything follows afterwards, which is something I truly believe. So yeah, that's that. So let's jump into this week's video. It's about, like about a stock I kind of covered in the past. It's stock that I do own, and I think it's right now in a perfect position to kind of take advantage of the current situation. They did already have a good technology and a good concept and good service, but the reason is, I think now with the current situation, I think people are realizing of the potential that they have and potential they can able to give. So yeah, let's jump into it. Let's go here and share my screen. So it's Relic Health Technologies. So I kind of want to start off show you guys their website, with the investor page. You kind of have all the corporate updates, the recent corporate updates, and the one that they did on March 3rd. It's not too long. It's around 20 to 30 minutes long, and I would recommend maybe anyone out there to kind of listen to it. You can hear Lisa go through kind of PowerPoint slides and kind of explain her guidance, her point of views, and what to expect and what they're doing. So it's kind of good to go through that, I would say. That's one. Now let's jump into the stock. So the stock price has been recently gone in the downturn with the current crisis, so it's kind of was expected, and now has recovered, and they recovered also not necessarily with the market recovery, but also with the kind of coupled in with some good news that they did release with that. So yeah, let's kind of that, and now let's jump into the kind of going the first into the financial results that they released. I think that's kind of quick overview to kind of go give you guys an idea. Their earnings kind of increased 56% year over year in the quarter. That's kind of good. They came out cash flow positive, and they do not expect to kind of raise funds to kind of reach profitability in 2020, which is their kind of the target. And that's true because they have enough hardware inventory, so if anything happens, they can sell it to kind of fund. But they don't see that happening, so they're okay in that terms of matter. So that's kind of good. And also something I want to put a kind of quick, in quotes. They kind of were releasing a lot of news towards the end of 2019, and I was kind of skeptical, like, oh, I was skeptic. I was like, oh, she's gonna come in, and why the earnings didn't increase as much? Because when someone signs contract, it takes a bit of time before they kind of convert into clients, because they're on board and all that kind of stuff. It takes time. Everything takes time, I would say. So that did in fact happen, and then they expect it to kind of impacted maybe coming this quarter, which is January to March. So that's kind of interesting to see, and I think we're going to hear from Lisa come like June 1st, 2nd, around that corner, and during that time she can give us a better idea, and I think we can have a good eyesight on that. And also their customer call center has been launched and everything, so that's kind of good. Generating $52 per patient per month, and that's day one. It's profitable, so that's awesome. The guidance, they're expecting maybe 50 to 100% each quarter to increase. That's wonderful, and I think I think that's a good guidance that they do in fact can reach. Let's go into a couple of news that they released. So like they released right after, not long, 25,000 eligible patient in Florida, which is kind of good because their huge presence is in Texas, and Florida was there. They were kind of pushing it towards in 2019, and I think now the result of the fruit is coming out. So it's that important. And they released a corporate update not long ago, March 19th to be exact, which was kind of good, was their CFO, which was very important. They had an interim CFO. Like, I think having one permanent that has experience in venture, like TSX venture companies and stuff like that, so it's very important. And I think having someone that can remove the black cloud that they have, which was with unable to collect earnings, revenue, which kind of was a huge black cloud on the company. And I think now the big cloud is becoming a bit smaller, and I think that's also in my end also, because it's always in the back of my head, and having someone permanent and having a good like team in place, which was important, and now they do in fact have one, permanent on spot, and I think this is kind of moving forward, it can be really good. So that's kind of good to hear. And she kind of gave also a quick update on the COVID-19 impact on them. It is minimal. They said there's they don't see any issue with the supply chain, nothing of that. They have enough equipment to kind of supply. But in fact, it kind of made people realize how important the technology is, and they're having a higher demand than normal to onboard and onboard faster, I would say. So yeah, so that kind of drove into the fact of their recent release of up to 27,000 new patient potentially, and generating $65 per patient. And now it's going into Alabama, Illinois, Mississippi, and Tennessee, which is very important because they were like Texas and Florida is good, but now they're showing that in fact there's a demand for their software technology, and because with their technology creating like a home becoming a nursing ward, it alleviates stress from care centers and hospitals and doctors. So it alleviates the human much stress, because you can talk to your doctor remotely. Your doctors can check up on you on your vitals and everything, your weight and everything. So it's easily done. If there's something wrong, you can easily contact your doctor and see what's going on in that fact. So I think it's showing the need for this kind of technology, especially when people are in confinement and at home, and this is very important. And I think this is something that I think now people are realizing it more than ever, because maybe there was clinics or care centers that were a bit more reluctant, but now with the current situation we're in, they're like, we're pushing it forward, and we need this kind of stuff. And I think even after the crisis, people are going to realize, and they're just going to go on, keep on pushing it, I would say. And yeah. So that kind of shows why the need is there. So it comes into the kind of the share price. I would say it dropped, right, and it went back up. I honestly think, if I'm buying, I would say maybe wait for a kind of a small pullback, which I think will potentially happen. Let me just kind of switch the view over here. So I think that there's going to be a pullback, because they went up with the news, is good, and I think they're kind of undervalued with the potential that they have, because it's a growth company. I think they have a huge potential in front of them, but just that it's going to have a pullback. Maybe grab some in the 30s, because you're reducing your risk and increasing your reward, I would say, with this kind of factors. If you grab them in the 30s, and me personally, I will not be adding more, because I already own a significant amount of stocks with them, and I do not want to increase more, because I already averaged down and I'm okay with the position I own. So I will not do more, I would say, in that. And I do think that this company, I think, will have an amazing 2020 ahead of them. And I think people are realizing the impact that they can have, and they're kind of providing a solution to the current crisis, which is like, which is people at home, people still need care, and elderlies do need to be taken care of. And this is coming hands on hands. And I think it's kind of alleviating a lot of stress and fixing a lot of problems right now in the hospitals and clinics that are completely full. So I think that kind of a solution is very important. And so yeah, I think this is a company that could be interesting to kind of maybe add to your portfolio and stuff like that, to maybe have a huge impact in this year 2020 in terms of healthcare. So yeah, that kind of sums about it for this video. You know what? Drop a comment down below. That is something I would love to hear from you guys in terms of what you guys think about stock, or any other stocks you guys are thinking, and what do you think about this whole volatility? Like, one day you're 10%, next day you're down 10%. It's very hard. So if you guys need in terms of like maybe like to help you guys navigate the whole thing, maybe I would gladly help you do so, because I know it's very hard, and I know it's very stressful and all kind of stuff. So having something, maybe someone to kind of talk, or friend, like stuff to help you do that, I would love to do it, because that's kind of one of the things I love the most, I would say, out of making all the videos, is talking to real viewers and people that are communicating with you, and that's something I love the most, I would say, out of the whole thing. Anyways, if you do like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to this channel. We'll always love to have new subscribers and increase visibility and promote my channel. And share, share with people that you think maybe can help, this channel can help, or this video can help also. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I wish you guys a wonderful day.